good? It's your girl Aishia Taylor, the owner of Purpose Driven Tees, the dopest t-shirt brand in the whole entire world. My website is www.mypdt.com. When you are tuned in to the Let's Talk About It podcast, brought to you by the Millionaire Grind Network. Shout out to my brother, the owner of Millionaire Grind. Mm-hmm. And so here we are, a full marketing and branding company. We're here to help everybody with everything, period. And we offer payment plans, so that's all y'all need to hear to get you started. Anyway, I'm here today with my friend Lester Bibbs.
Hey, what's going on now? How y'all doing?
Man, tell the folks who you is.
You just said Lester Bibbs. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I thought they would know. I'm sorry.
Anyway, my fault.
Or use Cyrene.
So
my bad, Cyrene.
Lester Bibbs is this. Lester Bibbs is this nigga I just met 2 days ago.
Yeah, we tight.
He a comedian, so I met him and I went and I supported and I watched the show.
AKA LAN. That stands for little ass nigga. Cause I'm scared.
That's a nickname I gave him, so don't y'all be trying to steal it, cause I know y'all be. They'll never get this moment that we have to get the urge that. But anyway, so I met you. So I didn't know. I know your name was big. Not to say I never heard of you before, nigga. I heard you, nigga.
I know, she said.
You know how we be when we be traveling with the shit. Nigga, I know you. I ain't gonna go Google you, though. I ain't gonna go Google you, though. Nigga, I heard you before. But anyway, I found myself at your show.
Well, I'm glad you came.
That nigga, your skin ass fun as fuck. So anyway, thank God he allowed our paths to cross.
I appreciate that.
And you know, and so you were so approachable.
Yeah.
I did not know that before I met you or saw you. I didn't know you were from Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Like I just knew you was a big name nigga that I wasn't giving out no tickets to. So I'm like, nigga must be somebody. Look, the nigga must be somebody. So I can't say you were. Well, nigga, you somebody. But it's so many things that I learned about you even in the middle.
Oh man.
I ain't know no nigga was trying to kill you.
Oh man.
And I ain't know the nigga that was trying to kill you was our president. But go ahead, pop your shit. I can't nobody tell the story like you can. Ain't no point me fucking.
So we going back to that whole David Duke stuff. That was when David Duke was running for president in '92. We got into
I don't even think I was old enough to get. I ain't never heard that nigga running for president. I think about it.
Yeah, he was. I think he was governor of Louisiana at the time.
Okay.
Running for governor, and he decided to run for president. He was actually leading all the polls.
I'm in the whole real history.
And so he came to one of my shows in Lafayette, Louisiana. Him, Fred Thompson, and your boy. And they sat up front and started to chill and talk and do a couple of somebody's been there. They was like, Lester, no. Anyway, they came in and the first thing I noticed, we were playing a Comedy Zone in Lafayette, Louisiana, and the owner of that particular club comes in and said, listen, we're gonna have David Duke out there with Fred Thompson and Trump, and they're gonna all be sitting there. Ignore it. And I'm like, wait a minute, you got the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan sitting up front at my show, and you just said ignore it.
Yeah, straight Memphis. I'm
straight man. I'm sitting back going, M's down, let's go ride out. So I came in, but then I thought about it.
This nigga was a whole sacrificial lamb.
Oh man, because I was sitting back thinking about it. I said, you know what? If I ignore this, because back then that was the only game in town. It was no Def Jam. It was no black comedy clubs back then. And the few black clubs that they had around the country back then, I forgot what they used to call them. Some of the comics I would remember. Something theater, some kind of comedy theater that they used to have. They owned them. So you mess up with them, you messed up with majority. Yeah. So I was like, you want to chance that and try to get this dude to admit that he was a racist, because he was playing the card like, hey, I'm not a Klan member no more and what have you. So I walk out.
You tell them I ain't gangster.
Oh man, I walk out. The first thing I noticed, the way they seated me. To the left, they had blacks. To the right, they had white. And I had never seen anything like that in my life, and it bothered me real bad. But I said again, be professional. Think about what's gonna happen. I get up on stage, I get on stage, and I said, look, let's address the elephant in the room. I said, well, see, we got David Duke. And I said, so you're running for president, you like black people now. And he said, without batting an eye, y'all okay. And black people over to the side said, what this motherfucker? So I'm like, you know, I have to do my hand like, hey, hold on, I got this. You know, so I'm like, hold on. I was like, oh, I said, so you're like all mankind then. I got you. And I look at Fred Thompson, his face, and for the people who don't know Fred Thompson, he used to be on Law and Order. And I used to really love the fact that he was from Tennessee. I didn't know he was a racist until that moment. Now every time I watch the show, I'll be like, you know? And he was sitting there frowned up, upset, and for no reason, I hadn't even said anything yet. So I'm looking, and I noticed Duke had his arm around this lady. He was just hugged up on her real tight, right? So I'm like, he got one shot. And that's it. He's showing his vulnerability. So I zero right in on that. And I'm like, hey, I said, listen, if you're going to be president, I said, this is your wife? He said, no, we're engaged. They're about to get married. And I said, so she's going to be our first lady? And he's like, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I said, you're very pretty. I said, you mixed with anything? You have any Italian in you? She's like, no. I said, you got any French in you? No. And I said, you got any black in you? She was like, God, no. I grabbed my, and I said, would you like some black in you? And that's when he stood up and said, let's see you get the hell out of Louisiana alive. The guy from USA Today was there. So we go up there and everything go bananas after that. No, check this out.
Millionaire grind.
It's just getting started. We go upstairs. It's me, Mike Rivera, Caroline Picard. I'm sure they're watching. We were all, and Mike tells the story to the T. Now we're in there talking noise, giving each other five, talking about what all went down. We hear at the door. I open the door, police. This officer's name was Officer Ron Lott. We'll never forget it because Ronnie Lott, who used to play for the 49ers, who had just served my Dolphins in the Super Bowl, and I had not let it go yet. So I was still remembering that name. So he was like, look, we got this going on. When you get down to the end of the hall, you need to look outside. I go down to the end of the hall, as close as I got to that window, because it was a long hallway. You know how those hotels you can see out of the side, and you can see the whole parking lot. That shit looked like Woodstock. It was acres and acres of angry white people. So, and I was like, oh shit. And dude looked at me, he said, yeah, you in his hometown. And I was like, oh man. And so I look back, I see the faces of everybody else, man. And look at Mike Rivera. Yeah, it's all true. You know, and I can't be scared. So, you know me, I don't run. I ran out there and got on top of it. You know, you motherfuckers looking for me. So we ended up, they had to take me a different place, and they ended up taking me to a place called Lafayette. Not Lafayette, Meridian, Mississippi.
Yeah, and I used to drive trucks down there.
Yeah, and I called my mom, and I'm like, hey, I'm in Meridian, and everything cool, yada yada. And she was like, oh my God. She said, do you know where you are? And I was like, I just told you, Meridian. She said, Lester, you are in the Klan World Headquarters. She said, I need you to call the toughest people you know, have them come get you. I had just did a show for this cat named Taven Chandler. He had owned a shop in Memphis called Dynasty One. Him and Pee Wee from Kool and the Gang. So Taven came and got me, right? And brought me to the airport, dropped me off. Picked up Pee Wee, what happened? From what I understand is the guy came to Taven's shop. And he had on military paint, and I'm sure Taven's people out there somewhere that know about all this. And he was standing there waiting on Taven to pull up. Taven pulled up, he come outside, and he's like, hey man, where he at? Pee Wee said that Taven turned to him and said, who? He said, you got one question to answer, pull that gun out, put the clip in, let's try it again. Where he at? And Taven gave him the wrong answer again. He shot Taven. And Taven shot like maybe a half a block away from the police station on Range Road. It took them 2 hours to come to the scene where Taven was. Meanwhile, I'm on the plane not knowing none of this. I land, Jackie Brown, I'm talking to him in the green room, and I get a message that, hey, you need to call home. So we didn't have any payphones back, no, not payphones, cell phones back then. We had to use payphones. I get a stack of quarters, man. I'm in the clear and call. I call and they tell me what happened to Taven, and they tell me what went down. And after they told me, man, it was like I slid down the wall, man, and that's when it hit me. Like, yo, you took on something that's finna take you to a whole nother level. So at that point in time, it was a hit taken out. Because I'm trying not to give away the whole story because they're doing a movie on it. It was a hit taken out, and I'm leaving out a lot of key names too because of the movie situation. And it was taken out where I couldn't really tour. I could do a few things, spot things here and there, but for the most part, all I could do is tape shows like Comic View, tape Def Jam, which thank you God for Bob Sumner. Oh my God, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be. Oh man, he was, oh my God. Between Bob Sumner and Dale Hughes, Bob put me on first person put me on TV, and first person made me a star, and D.L. Hughley put me on Comic View, which never stopped after that. So for those two, and Steve, man, I gotta give my boy Steve Harvey, man, that's who discovered me. So that's my dude. You know what I mean? Without him, I wouldn't be in this position. So I had help. Said all of them, I had help along the way to guide me. Cause I was a young cat, man. I was 17 years old out here doing what I was doing. So I could have easily ended up going the wrong route. And it's because of those guys' influences that I didn't end up where a lot of people ended up. So longevity in this business came from all of that. But meanwhile, back to that story. I'm there at the hotel, and I found out what all that happened back home, and found out we had a hit. This guy named William Van Poe, Hitman, man. All of this shit is Google. You can Google all of it. William Van Poe wrote a story, Death by Dominoes, and how much he wanted to kill me. He was a hitman, former hitman for the government. So you guys get a chance to go back and Google that. It's Lester Bibbs, William Van Poe. That story is there. A few Lester Bibbs, David Duke, all of that story is on there too. So you guys will be able to find it. Anyway, that's basically what happened. That's what the movie's probably going to be about. I don't know who's going to play, who's casting, who's doing any of that. I have no idea. I have no idea. I didn't want it to be one, but hey, whatever it is, whatever.
He ain't gotta worry about me, cause I got something more sweet.
Oh, you must got a diamond ring.
And I know I'm so lucky, ain't nothing
Okay.
for me. Where I wanna be, and I ain't across nothing so sweet. He's the only man that I love, and I don't need more than one. Don't worry when I'm hanging out. He's the only man that I'm thinking about. I love him.
Hey, it's your truth.
Yeah.
Can't nobody say you lying.
No, it's all documented, unfortunately.
So, can't nobody tell your story better than you can.
Yeah, man.
You was there.
We had
And
$10 million bounty though. Damn.
Nigga, I wish I had known you.
Shit, I wish I had known me too. I would have turned me. Come on, Lester. Come on, man. Do this for us.
This is another part before we get out of here, because we're finna start wrapping it up.
Okay.
One particular part I think I want people to know about you.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you talk about you have cancer.
Yeah, I have stage 4 pancreatic. Yes.
Nigga, I want you to talk about it because I'm gonna tell you why I want you to talk about it. It's because I watched you from beginning to end with not knowing who you were.
Uh-huh.
You came out and I saw you do a show where you gave your all.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a regular nigga to me. That was okay.
Yeah.
Because we live in a world to where that's our reality.
Yeah.
That if you look okay, we don't think to check on people.
No.
To even think there's something wrong.
No.
I would have never thought.
No, man.
But the way you did your show, what grabbed my attention about you is when your ending was powerful.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'm not going to give you a show. Because people still got to come watch it.
Yeah.
But I want you to talk on in whatever degree, because ultimately what as far as my brand, with me being Aishia Taylor, the owner of Purpose Driven Tees, I post funny stuff all day long. I've been through a lot, but I found healing and power through laughter.
Yeah.
So you are one of the first people I've really connected with to be able to give me confirmation that laughing really is as therapeutic and healing as people cliche and quote it to be.
Yeah,
so I want you to share your story.
Yeah, well, stage 4 pancreatic, been battling cancer on and off for some years. It's just, this is the first time where I actually look sick and feel it. Before let me take that back. Before I would feel it. And sometimes people would tell me I would look sick, but in my mind, I would be passable, where people would be like, oh, he lost a little weight and this and that. But you go from 280 to 147 pounds or less, it's noticeable. And so you have to basically address the elephant in the room, so to speak. And it hasn't been going the way that I want it to go currently. But it does not mean that it will not turn around. I serve a strong God, and I have strong beliefs. Now, has it been trying? Yeah. Has it been scary? Come on, man. I mean, let's be real. Y'all human. Don't nobody want to fucking die. I have my moments. I hear people say, hey man, you strong, you do this, you do that. I don't know what to call it. I just know I have my moments. I try to lean on my faith. But when y'all don't see me, man, I'm crying like the next person. I'm in there breaking down because I'm human. So, it happens. But I do keep fighting, and I won't stop. And until either I'm gone or it's gone. And I don't plan on being gone no time soon. I got too much stuff I feel like I have to do. And plus, I'm not trying to leave my son. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, but I think about it every day. When I get off stage, people don't know what happens when I get off stage. Every time I perform, for that one show, it takes almost 4 days to recover. So when you're doing them consecutively like that, and you get off, at nights, and some nights I don't even sleep because I be in so much pain. Some nights and that's with or without the cancer. So it would be painful, period. So if I'm doing a show, because of the condition that the body is in right now. So if I'm doing a show, on top of that with cancer, and you can't sleep, it adds a whole nother element to it. So you try to hang in and do what you can to stay positive. Some of those days are harder than others. Some of those days, because it's real hard for me to stay positive 24/7. I don't give a fuck who you talk to. I can sit there and lie to y'all all day and say I stay positive 24 hours a day. That's some bullshit. No. Some days I'll be getting upset. I'll have a fight with God. Be like, hey man, you either gonna keep me or you gonna cut this. We gotta do something, because you get tired as a human being. You get tired as a person. You try to push through, because you don't push through for you. You push through for all the people who love you. You push through for all the people that you don't want to leave behind. And that's who you fighting for. And I didn't realize that until I went through this shit. Everybody who's been fighting to stay around, it ain't for them. It's for y'all. So, and that's basically it, because if I didn't have my son and going through this, I would have been like, hey, go ahead, do what you got to do, bro.
And I salute you for that. That's straight up respect.
Right.
But one more subject, because I thought that was it, but I forgot. And we talked about Tupac in here earlier.
Oh man, that was my dog.
I'm through. Your turn.
That was my boy, man. Tupac was that was one of the best people, if not the best person I've known as an individual, as a person of vision. I truly believe, had he lived, Tupac would have been, if not a presidential candidate, president by now. That's his goal. That was his whole thing. He wasn't a rapper, man. He was a political leader. And when things got a little bit out of hand, sometimes people got to leave, whether it's through death or supposedly death. Too many people telling it.
I'm going to ask you this. This is going to be the last.
Okay.
Is there anything that I didn't ask you about that you want to talk about? Nigga, because you got some stories, nigga.
Oh, my
you
God.
a whole walking book.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
what
your life has been a whole movie me, so I understand. You know, I want to let you be the judge. I want you, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Because I don't know really what to ask you.
Oh man, you
know
can ask me anything.
Nigga, I ain't got to ask you. Nigga, tell me. Shit. I ain't got shit to ask you. Tell me, nigga, what you want me to know.
Well, I want you to know.
Us.
All right, I'll tell you what. This is what we're gonna tell. I'm gonna tell everybody out there what I want.
Up here.
And up here.
Man, it's beautiful. I feel, you know what I'm saying, like it's beauty in the process and the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I think people love to see the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I think when they see the struggle, they fall in love with the whole movement and the whole campaign. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of people that I'm trying to feed and a lot of jobs and opportunities that I'm trying to open up for my loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Like I grind for them. I'm Zed Zilla, and that's my Millionaire grind.
Listen.
Bring your ass.
We are recording tonight. Now, by the time this airs, we have already recorded. That means y'all should have been like have ESPN or it's ESP. That's what it is. You know, without the N, and you would have saw this, but now you got the N, and you missed the whole damn thing. Won't he do it? So y'all make sure y'all check it out. We're gonna record tonight. We're gonna have
Nigga, up here.
It's gonna be. We already did that part. I gotta talk to them too. All right, and we finna get ready to get it out, and then we gonna get ready to get out. I'm doing like this, baby, both and shit. It's all real.
But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Let's Talk About It podcast, brought to you by the Millionaire Grind. I am Aishia Taylor, the owner of Purpose Driven Tees, the dopest t-shirt brand in the whole entire world. My website is www.mypdt.com. Let me tell y'all this. We do free consultations for marketing and branding every day, Monday through Friday, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Millionaire Grind headquarters. We are located at 3885 South Perkins Suite 2. We are directly across the street from the Mid-South Food Bank at the corner of Perkins and Knight Road. I am so proud and so honored that I was able to bring to you all today Lester Bibbs.
Thank you.
A Memphis native who has made it, kind of moved, made it and moved away.
She said kind of moved away.
No. I mean, because it's kind of like you live. It's like you live away, but I'm proud to let y'all know, because we got a lot of local folks who can't make it past their damn living room. Nigga, you made it all the way to California. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
but you hours though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dope part is the fact you come back home.
Oh yeah, always.
And you love home.
Yeah, I do.
And I'm so honored and I'm so glad that God allowed me to meet a nigga like you.
Thank you, sweet.
Because I believe my 2020 is all about dope ass collaborations, and I'm talking about I ain't collaborating with nobody but other people who also believe in collaborating.
Oh yeah.
See, I collaborate with a lot of people this year. Sometimes some of them was leeches though.
Oh yeah. You got
anyway, thank you so much. How do they contact you and all that shit? Plug yourself.
Oh man, listen, y'all want to get a hold of me? My son runs my pages. He runs my Instagram, which is Lester Bibbs, and he runs my Facebook, which is Lester Bibbs. Comedian, I think he put on there. I don't know, but those are the best two right now to get in contact with me. I took down the website. I did BIBBS. Yeah,
3 B's.
Yeah, and I took down the website because I didn't want to have. It had old pictures, and I don't look like that no more. People look at the old pictures and I was ripped, and then they look at me now and be like, oh my God, he look like a black tree frog. He looks like that guy Go Lizard, but chocolate. so I wanted to take all that down, redo everything. So I'm gonna start from scratch and just redo everything, because chances of me ever getting as thick as I was, especially with a different lifestyle of eating and trying to be healthy, it'll never be like that again.
But nigga, you don't look like what you've been through. I wouldn't have known you was sick. Nigga, you just look like a long, slim ass nigga to me. But you
man, shit.
Anyway, thank y'all.
This is all die. It's leaving early, so I need to go home and fix this before the show.
Anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Let's Talk About It podcast, brought to you by the Millionaire Grind Network. I am your host, Aishia Taylor. Y'all enjoy. Have a good day.
And I was Lester.